Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jonathan Montgomery. I'm out here chilling. It's a little bit rainy today, but that doesn't keep me from looking at houses. This is what I do. So anyway, I'm over here in Chevy Chase, and I came across this property that I'm gonna show you in just a moment. But it's really cool because if you look, most of the houses in this neighborhood are well established. They're older homes. Nice sizes, not the largest homes, but they are, really cool. You got a lot of trees on the block. And so this house actually, it's been redeveloped and it looks kind of interesting to say the least. So I think it's cool. It's interesting in a cool way. But this is the house. It looks like there might be a third floor. I'm curious to see what it looks like inside. So let's go check this out. But hey, you guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon and hit the like button. That really helps. And let's go on inside. I already opened up the door, but I didn't go all the way in. I just needed to open it up real quick and we're gonna go check it out. Okay, so this is the home, and like I said, it looks like it has 3 levels up there, unless that's some sort of vaulted ceiling or whatever. I don't know. But if you look at the rest of the homes, you kind of see their roof lines over here. They're older houses. It's pretty cool. And then this one kind of sort of towers over them a little bit. So that's interesting. I wonder what the neighbors think. They always have their own opinions. Some people like it, they don't care, and then some people hate it. So, like I said, I already opened up the door, and man, look at that. It's just open space. All right, let me take off my shoes in here because it's wet. I don't want to be tracking all that. Okay, I'm gonna turn on some lights here. All right, there we go, got some lights. Okay, they put a lot of lights in here. That's pretty interesting. Let's see if we can get them to turn on. Okay, all right, we got some lights there. Okay, so we just have open concept, period. This is cool. We got the stairs, but there's got this glass wall there. So I like how that looks. And I imagine this adds to safety because now you don't have to worry about someone falling off of the stairs there. So it looks like you have these floating stairs, but the glass wall, keeps everybody safe. But I think it really looks pretty cool. So here we have our main living area. I like the stonework that they did here on this fireplace. This is pretty cool. Got a gas fireplace. I don't know if this turns on. Let's see if we can turn it on maybe. Maybe not. We got some lighting. I'm just playing with switches over here. Nope, I guess not. Anyway, I had to figure that out later. Oh, wait. Okay, all right. Hopefully, I didn't blow up the place. You gotta keep things. All right, let's see. Yeah, so man, this is just one big room from door to all the way to the back. This might be appealing for some people. Now, you know how it is. My wife, she doesn't like where you just walk right into the living area. And that is exactly what you do. So as soon as you you come through this door, everybody on this entire level is gonna see you. What do you guys think about that? Is that cool or nah? Everybody likes these open concepts and I think they're cool, but sometimes it can get a little bit, way too open. All right, let's see if we can get some lights on in this kitchen. This is a huge counter. They got 4 stools and they spread these stools out just to kind of fill out the area here. Okay, we got some cool lighting going on. I like this. All right, we got the ambient lights up there and man, this countertop is huge. I did not bring my measurement tool inside, but you could probably add 4 more chairs to this counter. You'd have 8 people just hanging out over here, just at the counter alone. Not too bad. We got this big kitchen. So again, you're just sitting right over here at the living room and someone's over here cooking. There's no separation. It's almost as if you're in a loft, but we're in right in the middle of downtown Chevy Chase. Or not downtown, but in Chevy Chase. Now this is interesting. I thought that this was all brand new. This looks like this has been used. So maybe it's not a brand new house. I'm not sure. And you can kind of see the hood. It just kind of stops there. You know, it's not bad. I think the hood is, you know, it's kind of trendy looking hood. Again, we're going with this open concept. However, it does seem a little unfinished there. You know, you just got some cabinets here. We got a big old refrigerator here. Yeah, this is definitely not a brand new house. Yeah, you know, we got some broken cabinets there, or drawers rather, in this refrigerator. Yeah, you know, what's really interesting about this home is that these cabinets, it just seems like they were kind of just slapped in there. There's not much design. You know, they went to a cabinet store, possibly IKEA. Nothing wrong with IKEA or anything like that. But in terms of design, it's just, everything is just cut off here. So it seems a little funky or unfinished. Yeah, these cabinets, I don't even know if they went to IKEA for these, because usually IKEA has the soft close, and I'm kind of like, those are bouncing. So that's interesting. And then also the texture here feels as if they were painted by a homeowner, like as if I painted them. Yeah, it does not feel professionally done. So for example, here I can feel the roughness on this paint. In fact, I can see that there's a little different coloration there. I don't know if you can see that. Down here, these cabinets were painted in the factory. Like, this is something that they were professionally done. So you can certainly tell the difference. And then we have, oh, here's our microwave, dishwasher, and then another refrigerator. Maybe this is a freezer. No, it's a fridge. Okay. Wow. So there you go. Okay. Interesting. Looks like they didn't quite push this in. It actually has some room to go all the way in. So I don't know. You know, those are some finishing touches that I think typical buyers, they want to see those things addressed. This does not fit all the way into this box. And it seems like it would, but then I come down here and I can see that the hinge is not going in there. So that's the limit for at least this time. Oh, actually, yeah, there's a whole lot going on here. So I can see where this trim piece here, actually it gaps out a little bit more and then it narrows down. So whatever's going on with this fridge, it's not seated, it's not fitting properly inside the box. All right, so now that I have dismantled this kitchen, what do you guys think? Man, I don't know. I know that this home is supposed to be presented as if it were a high-end luxury home. Those are some finishes that you would expect to be done a whole lot better. In fact, I think this entire kitchen is a little, yeah, a little underwhelming, to say the least. Okay, let's check out, what is this over here? Okay, so we have our, it looks like this is gonna be our pantry for the kitchen area. You know, and then we have our, some more cabinets and all that stuff. So this is a cool house, you know, I might be a little nitpicky right now, but there's just some things you notice when you really start paying attention. Okay, now these are cool. I like these large windows. They let in lots of light, and it looks like these crank open, so I'm not sure which way they pivot, but it's pretty cool. Oh, we got some built-in shades here. All right. Nice. So we can have some privacy if we like. They're a little heavy going up. All right, that's pretty cool. And then our dining area. So again, everything is all one big room. So people down here chomping away. You got 8 folks at the island. According to this table, you can see more people at the island. And then we have another seating area. And this is cool. I don't know if I'm gonna go all the way back here. Actually, maybe I will. I like the super high sliding glass doors. I suspect that this house was done, this was not a brand new renovation, but probably done a while, maybe a couple of years ago or so. It still looks cool. I'm not walking out there because I don't have any shoes on and it's wet. And so we're not gonna go out there, but we do have a little parking space back there, so that's pretty cool. You can go through the alley and access that. All right, let me lock this door. Okay, all right. So let's go, oh wait, let's check out this powder room. Let's see what's going on with that before we go upstairs. Okay. All right, we got the cool little powder room with one of these smart mirrors. I haven't quite figured out why you might need a smart mirror in a powder room, but maybe, yeah, it's probably for the ladies that want to freshen up their makeup while they're in here. That makes sense. Some of us guys just don't think about, right? Overall, I think this house is pretty cool. But that kitchen, I might add some more design to that. All right, let's see. If that's something you want to call an architect and say, hey, what else can we do to elevate the look and setup of this kitchen? All right, up these stairs here, and what is this? Oh, okay, this is our laundry closet. All right. And we just have a nice big open space here, and then that gives us access to these rooms. Love the floors in this house. I like see if we can catch the lights here. Big old windows. Oh, I'm a little surprised. Okay. So here's our closet for this room. Not too bad. Same thing with the doors here. They weren't painted in the factory. And you can kind of feel the texture of that paint. All right, so now we have this bathroom here. All right, nice white. You know, white is almost timeless. It will last and work for a lot of years. All right, we got another smart mirror there. What is this? We got the thermostat inside of the bathroom. All right. Okay, maybe there's a separate heating. That's different. You usually don't expect to see that in the bathroom. Okay. Then we have another bedroom here. And it looks like we have a closet. That's one closet and two. Here's our second one. All right. I suspect that this was a house that, well, I'm pretty sure there was a house here before and they gutted it and then rebuilt all of this. So they added to whatever was originally built here. And you can kind of tell with that, with the way this thing is designed, especially when you look out front. All right, here we are, big old walk-in closet. This looks like our main bedroom. And we got all of the drawers. Yeah, you know, it's really interesting how this house, you know, the details matter at this price point. And I don't think people have a problem with buying a house that needs renovation or a fixer up or whatever. If it's dated, then it is dated. But sometimes it's these details like this. It doesn't feel high quality. It's kind of like that kitchen. And so at this price point, it makes me wonder, and this is what I try to understand, you know, how does it impact the market? Somebody will buy this house, no doubt. I wonder what this is. Is it just oh, okay. We got the little shoe drawer. You know, so somebody will buy this house, but will that impact the value of the home, the quality of the construction? Now, this is a cool area. I like this, you know. Got the lighting. You got your own suite. Big old bathroom. Big old bedroom. We have our own private balcony that I can come out here and hang out, enjoy the trees. And even on a day like today, aside from the rain, but the cloudiness, it would be wonderful just hang out here where you don't have a whole lot of sun beaming down on you. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, oh wow, look at this. Let's check out this bathroom. This is sweet. Oh yeah, all right. I changed my mind about this house. This is dope. I love this right here. All right, I like the tiles. I love the creativity with this. All right, this is basically it's just a big wet room. All right, we got our tub and our showers, dual shower heads. I'm not gonna turn this one on because we got enough, well, I don't know. Oh, snap, okay. We got shower heads up there too. Okay, something's about to be turned on. Let's see. What do we got? All right, there we go. My socks are getting wet. Yeah, this is cool. All right, I can get with this. Some of those need to be cleaned out. Yeah. All right, yeah. So we just have a big wet room. You just have the glass wall right here. There's no door, you don't need a door because you're not gonna catch a whole lot of water coming out here. This is cool, I like this. Then we got our toilet over here. Oh yeah. Yeah, right there. That changed my mind. I'm gonna call Tamika and see if she wants to move. She's gonna say no, but. All right, we got a third level. Sometimes it's the bathrooms and the kitchens. People ask me, how do I improve the value of my home? The bathrooms and the kitchens. All right, that bathroom is a winner. All righty. Okay, so we're on this third level, and we got kind of a den area up here. All right, little wet bar. So you can got beverage coolers over here. Okay, so we have some utilities back over here. All right. Nice area. So this is like a party room. And then again, we have this balcony all set up for us. So this is where people want to come out, probably get some more chairs and tables, and people kind of hang out here and linger, play some games or whatever. And then we have this big party room. Yeah, this is nice. Did I see something else going on up here? Okay, yeah. Then we have another bathroom. This is cool. Now, if you're a guest and this is like your guest bathroom, it's not too bad. You doing all right. Okay. And they had fun with the tile. It's nice to see, like I said, I mentioned earlier that white is classic. It's timeless. But, let's have fun. In this bathroom, certainly, they were having fun when they designed that. I am not mad at them. All right, and then now we're here at this bedroom up here. Let's see. Okay, so we have a kind of a closet. Doesn't have a rack or anything. But this is that third level that we were looking at earlier from the street when we were parked. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go find that basement. Let's check out the rest of this house. Okay, all right, now let's head on down here. I need to turn on some lights. All right, there we go. Okay, you guys like this house? What about that bathroom? All right, now we're on the main level. Okay, oh yeah, I like this. I mean, we're not on the main level, we're in the basement. Okay, and I like what I see so far. A lot of open space. Let's check out this, see if we can get some lights on. Yeah, there we go. Yep. More entertainment area. Yeah, this is cool. Now this basement is nice. I love the high ceilings. You can just walk right on out to this patio. and hang out and enjoy. Got room for a lot of people to hang out. Yeah, he did a good job down here. Yeah, I'm curious. I may have to look in the public record to see when they actually renovated this house. Oh, let me look. I just walked right past the bathroom. Oh, another large bathroom. All right. This is cool. I like when they do some really cool stuff with the bathrooms in the basement without spending tons of money. This one, they just invested in design. Now, I am curious. I've seen a few of these where they actually put the thermostat inside of the bathroom. So I wonder if that changes the temperature just in there, if there's a separate heating system. All right, or not necessarily a separate one, but something designed. This door is a little bit off, so it's not closing, but we have the closet here. Nice bedroom here. What is this? Does this go to that bathroom? I think it does. Yep, sure does. Okay. And then we have something back here. Oh, okay. A utility area. And furnace. And water heater. All the exciting stuff. Okay, so what do you guys think about this home? I think it's pretty cool. I give it a thumbs up. I would buy it. If it's the right price, that always matters. You know, you don't just be spending money. But I wanna know what you guys think. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna find a place in the kitchen somewhere where I can kind of talk about the numbers on this house. Okay, guys, so what do you think? It's a pretty cool house, I think it is. You guys know what sold me. It was that main bathroom, that big old bathroom. That was, I mean, especially that shower, that was pretty cool. I like that. This floor plan is certainly open. It's just wide open, especially on the main level. Everything is, as soon as you walk in, you have access to everything. So there's not much separation. And so I'm curious, what do you guys think about that? You know, sometimes you'll see people that are redeveloping, they're actually beginning to add more walls to the rooms to, you know, so that each room or area can kind of be defined, but still maintaining an open concept. So it looks like this house was probably redeveloped, you know, several years ago. But what's really cool is that a lot of the finishes are pretty timeless. So it doesn't really appear to be dated, which, you know, that's what happens when you have some, like a lot of the white tiles, white finishes, things like that. They're somewhat timeless. So over time, you know, it's gonna just kind of be there. Now, there are some things I think could be done better with this home. The kitchen in particular, I had to readjust my seat. This thing is kind of moving up and down. But, you know, I think that the kitchen is cool. Someone's gonna walk in, they're still gonna be impressed with it. It's not a big deal. And, you know, people like to impress their friends with their kitchens. So it has that wow factor. So this house is 4,655 square feet. That does not include the basement. The original home was built in 1930. So yeah, they took the older house and redeveloped it, made it into a larger home. And that's how we ended up with these, with 4,655 square feet, which all makes sense now that I've gone through the house. It's like, oh yeah, I can tell there's this house, and they probably lived in it for a while and it's been back on the market. So I could look up and see when did they actually pull permits, and then that'd give me a general idea of when they actually renovated this home. But it has 6 bedrooms, 4.5 total bathrooms, which is pretty cool. We're over here in the Chevy Chase neighborhood, and I'm trying to see if they're telling me about the basement. Oh yeah, the basement has another 1,625 square feet. They are asking $2,749,000 for this home. What do you guys think? That works out to about $590 per square foot. And that does not include the basement area. So, you know, I think it's not too bad, you know. Now, here's the crazy thing. Most recently, they put this house on the market for 2 days, okay? So 2 days ago, this house just went live. However, it was offered for sale before. All total, it's been on the market for 293 days. That's a long time. I don't care what you say. So something was going on. I don't have any information here that shows that the price was changed, if they did a price reduction, but nonetheless, it's been over 200 days, 290 days. That's a long time to be on the market in this area. And so they might be telling us something about the price. But what do you guys think? Do you like this house? Would you buy it? Would you pay that much? You probably wouldn't because nobody else has. But would you pay 2.5 or would you pay less? Let me know how much would you pay for this house or whether or not you like it. I want to know that, or do you even like the kitchen at all? But leave a comment, let me know. I look forward to reading your feedback and I will see you at the next home. Bye-bye.